All right, hi, hello, good morning, everyone. I hope you all have enough coffee, if there's enough coffee in the world this time in the morning. So really quick before we get started, I am Kat Caswell. I am the Extension Agronomy Agent for Weld and Washington counties, and I'm really quickly going to do our CSU land acknowledgement before we get started. So, this is our official statement from CSU, from the university. Colorado State University wants to acknowledge with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional ancestral homes of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute Nation and peoples. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other Native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as the original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties with nations have their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. CSU is founded as a part of the land grant institution system, and we accept that our mission must encompass access and education and inclusion, and significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to the Native nations, and the peoples who land this university and universities across the country are built upon. This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion that we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. Additionally, I want to acknowledge that many of our national and statewide institutions came at the expense of sovereign nations within our country. With that, I want to recognize and acknowledge and respect the traditional land management knowledge that permeates through many of our land management styles. Okay, and then Lauren will come up and get us rolling.
All right, good morning, everyone. First of all, Kat, thank you for that. My name is Lauren Kolb, and I am the Senior Agricultural Program Manager for the City of Boulder's Open Space and Mountain Parks Department. I was really struggling with how to get today's program started, how to open it. I was going to do that too. It wasn't just a regular procrastination struggle. That resulted in the centerpieces we have on our tables today. This was more about reflecting on the year that's been. And with our shorter days and our empty fields, we have that time to look back and think about how the year has gone. And I want to acknowledge how difficult this year has been for so many people in this community and in this country and in this world. But I don't want to just dwell on the loss and the hardship and those challenges, because I don't want it to overshadow the energy of this event, the beauty of this space, and the hopefulness of all the people that are gathered here today. That's why the steering committee keeps putting this event together. It's because of you, the audience, and what you bring to this event. The connections that we make with you, that we make with those speakers, and that you make with each other carry forward out of this room and bring the promise of a better tomorrow. And so in that spirit, I wanted to begin by honoring the importance of those connections by employing a ritual from the faith that I was raised in. And it's called Passing of the Peace. And it's where you turn to your neighbors and acknowledge their humanity and the commonalities that have brought you here together today. So if you thought you were gonna grab a cup of coffee, slide into your seat, and just do the pleasant nod, that is not this conference. So I'll give you a moment to say hello and greet one another. All right, you did way better at that than I thought. Okay, thank you for doing that so well. I wanted to get started by acknowledging the people and the sponsors that allow us to gather today. First of all, our wonderful steering committee, Kat, who is just up on stage here, is in the back with Colin Williams, who was so inspired by last year's conference, he decided to volunteer with us on the steering committee. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful getting to know you. Vanessa McCracken from the Boulder Valley and Longmont Conservation Districts, Trent Kisher from Boulder County Parks and Open Space, and Christine Newton from NRCS. Thank you. And without these big efforts, you would all be answering emails and doing chores. So thank you, thank you. And of course, our sponsors, with whom we would not have this wonderful venue, this terrific food, our great speakers, and bring it out at a price point that we can all comfortably handle, hopefully. So with that, I want to just go through our sponsors. Perennial sponsor, Boulder County Parks and Open Space, thank you. They've always been a big sponsor of this event, and we appreciate it. City of Boulder and their new climate initiative called Cool Boulder. Also a perennial sponsor of this event, and we thank them for their support. We have Colorado State University Extension, where Kat works, came in as a gold sponsor. American Ag Credit, a new sponsor for this year. They're over there at that table. You'll hear more from them. They came in at gold this year. Thank you very much. The Community Foundation of Boulder County was a new sponsor for us this year, and we appreciate their support. Pawnee Butte Seed, also in the back. Hello. Thank you for sponsoring us at the silver level this year, as well as Boulder County Sustainability. They got a big tax approved, so we should see more from them going forward, as well as Regen Ag Lab coming in at the silver support. So let's thank those sponsors. And now for our bronze sponsors. We have Colorado Department of Ag. We have Cindy Lair in the back at the table, and she'll also be speaking right after lunch. Thank you. Eco Products donated all of the compostable materials for today, so we thank that local Boulder company for their support. And where all that stuff goes is A1 Organics, so they came in to sponsor us at the bronze level this year as well. Buffalo Brand Seed, Ward Labs, and Schlegel Farms also supported us at the bronze level, and we have some vendors there here with tables as well. And lastly, I just wanted to thank Colorado Corn, Northern Water, and the City of Longmont for their continued support for this event. So that is it for our sponsors. We can just do a little round of applause. Thank you. And so before we start audience polling, I just wanted to address a couple of more things. One, this is a zero waste event. So again, everything that we hand you is compostable. Anything that you bring that is, plastic, bottle, glass bottle, can, please put that in the recycling. And then any uneaten food is also compostable. And then anything that you're not sure about, please put it in the trash. A1 would certainly appreciate not having plastic contamination in their compost, as would we. So, second, we have some, well, I'll get to that. For folks that did not grab a folder, and for folks watching at home, we do have additional resources on our website. So if you go to soilrev.org and scroll down to just above our sponsors, there is a PDF to a resource that CSU put together, and it has even more resources in there. So I encourage you to go take a look. Now I'm going to talk about our door prizes. Have to be present to win, which means at the end of the event, we'll be doing a wheel of names, and you could win a signed book or a soil lab test from Regen Ag Labs. So stick around. Let's see. In the back corner, new this year, we have a graphic artist, Carrie, and so she's going to be translating what she hears into a visual form for us. So we'll be porting over to that live and also be posting a video of her renderings after this event. And then lastly, my job is to keep us on time. So when you hear these bells, It's not Santa. Please, finish up your conversation and head back to your seats. We've left enough time for you to stretch, to get bathroom break, water, food, etc. So please respect the bells, and we'll keep things running on time. So, okay, the last part, we're gonna do some fun technology stuff. So hopefully you've already hooked up to the Wi-Fi. It's JCC Guest. But if you have not, please do so now, and then navigate to slido.com or take a picture of the QR code. It'll take you there as well, and we'll get started with some polling. The reason that we're doing this is we do, your responses are anonymous, and they're confidential, but we do like to stratify some of these answers based on where people are coming from, if they're farming commercially, and how long they've been farming. So that's the purpose of this. So our next question is, what is your relationship to soil? For what? So the code for Slido is you want to enter there's a hashtag there, enter soil rev, and it should take you to this poll. Great. And the QR code is also on the back of your programs, again, if that's not working. Okay. All right, so we have quite a few ag professionals in the room. Hello. Some soil health enthusiasts, so glad to have you, and then a handful of producers. So we'll go ahead to the next slide, and as you get online, if you could please fill that out, that'd be great. Great, so where are you from? Seems like we have a lot of Boulder representation here, which is good. A little carbon miles coming here. Okay, and then our next question. What do you produce? Good. So great. Okay, perfect. We'll go to the next question. All right, so about 60-40 old and new. So thank you everyone for coming back. If this is not your first, and for our newcomers, welcome to our small little conference here at the JCC. And the next question is the last one before our first speaker. What are you hoping to learn or gain from today? So this is a word cloud. You have 30 characters to type a response. So that's fun. A lot. Great. Lasagna. I'm very sorry. So sorry. It's not happening for you today. Great. Okay. Well, while you're filling that out, and if you're still having problems, we'll get you straightened out during the break. Please come up and see us at the front table. We will get you set, because this is really fun, and this is also how we're doing the conference evaluation.